and we are fancy-ish. We specialize in our 12-team league that we've been doing for about 20 years. And so we're going to go over some players that I'm sure everyone has that plays fantasy football. But we'll get to it by going to the week that was. We're going to go to our teams in our league and see how they did and the players they had. So first game we got was Butterfingers going against Wildsville Winners. We both said, nope, never mind. We didn't both. I said Wildsville would
Well,
win.
you try to get Q with it, which was a crazy move. It was a crazy
Was
move.
it? All right, so Chris, you won. Good. But yeah, Butterfingers won 138 to 85. And let's take a look here. Butterfingers goes to 6-6. Wadsville goes to 2-10. Let's look at the mighty Wadsville.
Oh, it stopped. I mean, it's recording, but it stopped on the live. That's weird. Hold on.
Oh, yeah,
Okay,
redo
we're
it.
good. We're good. We're good. We're good. Sorry.
Okay. So what I want to know is why is Eddie such a homer?
Because he picked up the 49ers. Yeah, and they're a pretty good quarterbacks he could have got.
Yeah.
Opposed to Allen,
It's
right?
like was he trying to put up a fight?
Yeah, it's a little weird.
He
Like,
put the backup of the 49ers in his lineup because he has Brock Purdy and figured, oh well, I'll just go with the backup.
yeah,
Now in a
and
2 QB league, this makes sense to me.
you need to do something like that for sure. Like,
Right.
yeah, absolutely. With one, and you got some decent quarterbacks still available. Maybe wasn't the best, but he also maybe figured, I'm gonna lose anyway, type of thing. So,
And then he did.
and he did by getting
Um
out.
but look, the story was Josh Jacobs though, man. Look at this, 28 points, 3
Yeah, yeah,
touchdowns.
yeah. He was an awesome game. That's his bright spot. Johnu got another 18, so it looks like Johnu might be real.
Yeah, I know.
Not just he's been outscoring Tyreek Hill. Waddle had a good game, but Johnu Smith seems he's like their number one receiver now.
That's crazy. I know.
Yeah,
I would say if I'm going to start someone in Miami, it's probably Jonnu Smith.
I mean, yeah, you might have to.
So weird.
Yeah,
What killed him a little bit too, obviously the quarterback play, but Brock Bowers is just not showing up.
yeah. 5 points from Brock Bowers, not good enough. I mean, they're playing Denver, a good defense. Denver plays Vegas tough. So I mean, he's been all right, right? So before that, what is he looking at? 24 last week, then a bye, 12, 7, 14, 11, 19. So a
You're
couple
expected
duds.
double. He's averaging double digits, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah. So you're a little disappointed with 5, but I think Wadsville's at a point where it's just like
yeah, sure. I get it. I
what
get it.
you can't really get disappointed with the team. It's been over since week 4,
Bowers probably going to be his keeper, right?
I would think so. I mean, because you got
Yeah.
Josh Jacobs on there, which is nice. But I think I'm keeping Bowers. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you don't got to
All
think
right, and
about
then let's
it.
look at Butterfingers. Justin Herbert, nice. Achan. Again, and I said this last week, I did not expect a good game from Jonathan Taylor.
I had 3 points. Were you
He
just
has
thinking?
not.
Just he hasn't been good. Period.
Well, this is part of why I said Wattsville could win, because I think Jonathan Taylor just has not been playing well. And you got to go back. You got to go back 1, 2, 3, 4. In the last 4 weeks, he's had one game over 10 points.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah. He had a couple good games to start the year. He had a 10, but then a 14, 25, and 17. And then after the injury,
Yeah, he was good before the injury.
yeah, and then it feels like maybe he's not recovered. Slash quarterback issues. Slash the Colts suck. You know what I mean? So like he's really the only person you got to worry about, type of thing. So yeah, and I hope that continues for week 14. We need to have a simultaneous Achan Taylor bad game. In 2 weeks when I play him. You're not getting a bad game from Saquon. It feels like.
Oh, really? Well, did Saquon have a good game?
Yeah, 300 total yards.
300 total
300
yards,
yards as a running back. 300 yards. Um,
43 points. I heard it was the most rushing yards
mhm.
since I think 2009. Adrian Peterson.
Jeez, I mean, I believe it. I believe it. That's
I mean,
it's
what a I mean, oh my god! Like, I'm so mad. Like, I think a lot of the owners would be now because if you were to redraft, knowing what you know, man, Barkley's got to be number one, right?
it's like him and Derrick Henry go one and two, however way you want
I
to
I
do
know,
it.
but I almost say it's Barkley over Henry.
I mean, probably. I don't want to get too recency bias here. He had a
I
good
hear
game,
you.
and if it to overall points, either way, it's probably one or two Barkley.
Okay, answer me this though. They both are on new teams, Derrick Henry and Saquon
Hmm
Barkley.
hmm
But which player seems like a new player to you? I
Um,
mean, well, so for me, Henry looks good, but Saquon, it looks like a fire was lit under Saquon.
oh,
I mean, look, not just this last week
that's
where he
what you
was
meant.
amazing,
Yeah.
the week before when he's doing the backward flip.
No, for the backward turtle and shit. Yeah. No,
Backward, I mean,
I,
he
I'm
looks like
with
a
you.
different player.
I'm with you, and it's a little obviously for Saquon, it's a little more personal, right? Because the Giants basically tossed him out with the trash. Now he's going to a division rival. He's like, okay, because he's already been always known from draft day, from when he got drafted as like this running back prospect's going to be the best, and he's always was good. A lot of injuries and stuff, but he's always was good. This he's like, okay, I feel like I can shine finally now. I'm on a team that can protect me because they can't stack the box because they got a good quarterback, good receivers, and he can really shine, and it's showing. And he's going 1, 2 at the latest if you're redrafting, you know,
Yeah, yeah.
for sure. And I was reading an article basically about the switch in fantasy football game theory there was like a good 10 years of zero running back, but like starting next year I think like they're saying it's gonna flip back where you see that first round running backs go because a lot of people found like myself this year it's a lot harder to get that number one running back than it is finding a receiver to replace
Oh,
somebody else. Like
for
the
sure.
running backs aren't replaceable. Like
Yeah.
if you don't have a good one, you can't get one. And I think that zero running back thing is gonna flip next year. We'll see.
And
And
you know what? I'm mad at myself too because I always know that. I always believe that deep down, and I
Mhm.
didn't follow that so much. But look, even
Well,
right off the gate, Saquon had 31 points game one.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
I
absolutely.
mean,
No, he from the
anyway.
get go, having Saquon is a league winner type of thing, and that was the biggest thing for Butterfingers this year. Yes, he has Achan who played well, and Jonathan Taylor at first, but like once he cemented himself with Saquon, he has Flowers and DK Metcalf, but he can always switch and get 12 points from it feels like a handful of receivers. You cannot get what Saquon is doing off the way. You can't do it if you don't have him
Oh
or
no.
Derek or Kamara or Gibbs.
You could probably pick up 3 players to get the points for one Saquon.
Yeah, and you play them all in that one slot together. That's how you
Yes.
do it. Yeah,
Yes. And then Trey McBride, 19. Very nice. We go, the next game is the shit going against taking your ass back to school.
another blowout.
And yeah, it was a blowout. The shit with the win. 133.5 to 64. The shit goes to 8-4. Taking us back to school goes to 5-7. Let's look at taking us back to school. I mean, Quentin Johnston, I had him in my dynasty league. I don't know what happened there.
Well, he
0 points.
came in. Yeah, like I don't know if they just went with Ladd and Disley, because that's hard with the Chargers receiver core, right? Because you don't know if it's going to be a Ladd game or you don't know if it's going to be a Quentin Johnson game. But if you look at Quentin Johnson's numbers, they've been good, but they've been good based off of uh, touchdowns, right?
Yeah.
Not quantity of in passes and catches. So, and any
None.
good game he had was because he happened to score. So it feels like Quentin's that type. If he doesn't score, you're not looking to. He's not looking good, and he's he's gonna get more than zero. But
I mean, he had 5 targets, but not a single catch. I mean,
yeah,
crazy.
he dropped some too, and I think after he dropped
Uh,
one or two, like he kind of got put in the doghouse, and they were like, "Fine, we'll go,
got it.
we'll go McConkey and Disley." Um, but I was watching that game because I had Lamar playing, and I think he had 2 drops, but that's not gonna fly. So
We got Mike Evans coming back, so hey, that's at least good to
it's a plus.
see.
It's a
Eight and
plus.
a half. Kate Otten was on his bench, which I was surprised about. Didn't
Yeah,
matter though.
no, it wouldn't have mattered, but it is a little surprising.
Yeah, going into the game, like what I mean, Otten's just been amazing. It's crazy for the Bucks to score 30 and not a single Mayfield touchdown.
Well, yeah, there's been a couple weeks like that, not with him, but with other players where it really surprises you. Like that one week, Detroit scored 50, and I got 7 from Amon-Ra St. Brown. You're like, what the fuck is going
Yeah,
on?
yeah,
So
yeah,
rushing, if it's Baker's still fine. He's still putting up points, but hopefully he becomes that fantasy quarterback we love and not like a real life quarterback.
sure. And
That's
then we got Marvin Harrison Jr., 5.5. I mean,
We talked about him like
ah,
this all year.
I
And
know.
he's in a dumb position where you draft him as a starter every week. Can't get rid of him. Can't not start him based on a lot of what you have. So he's one of those players that you're just kind of stuck with throughout the year, and you can't really do much about it. And that's what sucks. He
Yeah,
like I feel like taking your ass back to school like basically has to start him because his upside is 25
yeah.
points,
Oh,
and
no, I agree.
you just got to hope you hit it, and it's not consistent enough.
All right, let's go to shit. Then let's got more on taking us back to school.
No, 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 you're good.
Okay, for DeShit, he's got this problem. Maybe you can relate. Where he doesn't know which quarterback to
Sure,
start.
sure, sure, sure.
Uh, Russell Wilson 15, Stafford 22. And honestly, we've
Yeah,
looked at this, and they go back and forth as to who is the. I guess you just go by matchup.
yeah, and I think if I have these two, I'm in a position. Obviously, I'll look at matchups, but I'm in a position where I'm starting Stafford more times than not, and I'm not just saying that because of this week. One,
Oh no, you just because you just hate Russell
Well,
Wilson.
you heard me last week. I don't sports hate him. I like real life hate him. So I'm,
I
I'm not
know.
I'm
So
not
of
ever
course
putting
you
him
don't
on my
play him.
team. But I don't like either of these two guys. But I'm probably rolling with Stafford. I get matchups and stuff like that. But I like Stafford's upside and his receivers, and the throwing style of that offense. So, but it's hard when you have quarterbacks like that. I mean, he still won. It didn't matter, but
Oh, for sure. Every single player outside of his kicker getting double digits.
yeah,
Fantastic,
it
man.
was a nasty game for him where everyone kind of poured it on. Um,
Bucky Irving having maybe is that his best game all year point wise?
I think
23 points.
yeah, I think so.
That's fantastic. Um, Jamar Gibbs 22 and a half. Henry
Hmm.
14. So I mean these are guys. I mean I'm not going to count on Irving as
Not
much,
23, but
but these are guys that could they maybe play with Butterfingers
yeah, yeah.
on running
Honestly,
backs?
they can hold their own. Gibbs and Henry
Mm-hmm.
alone,
Mm-hmm.
absolutely, because he has Taylor who's been down, and I think Bucky's on the trend up. Taylor's on the trend down, but you can count on Gibbs and Henry every week. So it's really that quarterback position, but and like I like his receivers enough, but that's the kind of the downfall. Ridley has been good, but it's like it's scary to count on him, right? JSN is
Yeah.
kind of coming to a role where he's like a 1B, not a number 2 receiver on Seattle. So I'm
Oh
happy
yeah,
with
sure.
him, you
Yeah.
know. So he can stay strong. His in the playoffs, so his wide receivers really need to show up though.
I just realized, can you not screen share the computer?
No,
Ah, bummer.
yeah.
Because that is cool to see that on the live. All right. Next game, I'm gonna go to the Null and Fazools. We both said Noel.
No.
And Noel did win 117 to 73.5.
Yep.
117, 73.5. It was pretty ugly when I said it the first time. So Noel goes to 6-6. Fazul's 3-9. So Fazul's, I mean, at this point, I mean, he knows he's out of it.
Hmm.
But hey, DJ Moore, that's the guy though. For people that have DJ Moore, you don't like him, and I would say I'd still play him because he has the potential for games like this.
No, I don't like him, but you're right. I'm if I have him, I'm still playing him. Like if I don't,
Yeah,
I'm not. It's not someone I'm looking, was looking to draft or whatever. But if by this point, if
right.
you have him, I'm playing him. And Roma's been same thing as being getting a lot of looks too, but it's just hard to trust Caleb
Yeah.
Williams because some weeks
Oh, yeah, for
Caleb
sure.
Williams will have a good game, but some weeks he'll throw 9 times and that's it. So
Yeah.
but yes, obviously DJ Moore is talented enough, has the ability to put up games like this. You just wish it came, and this is why he drafted him. It came more frequently, as he probably expected when he when he drafted him.
Became DJ Moore frequently. Gotcha.
Like it. You're taking away. You're taking away my puns.
Sorry, man. Kyler Murray, though, I mean, he's just been,
Okay.
it kind of goes with the Marvin Harrison Jr. thing, I guess, a little bit, right?
Yeah, absolutely. He's been better than a 9 point quarterback, obviously. Um, he has 15, 33, 16, 25, 21, 25. But last week he had 30, but before that he had four, then
Yeah.
25, 21. So he's been okay. Like six is real low, and it wouldn't mattered much for Fazools anyway. But I don't know. You're
Well,
wanting
I'm just talking
20.
about Kyler Murray owners
Mhm.
going. Anyone listening that has Kyler Murray, he's got to be a frustrating QB right now.
For sure, but the same like you said as Marvin. Like if you got him, you're playing him, and
Yeah.
you're not really wanting to clog up a waiver or a bench spot by go getting another quarterback. So you're just in a position where you're kind of rolling with Kyler Murray.
Yeah. No, I hear you. And then the other thing that I see on his team, he has Jalen Warren. And for anyone
Hmm.
that else listening that has Jalen Warren, I mean, he's been on an upward trend recently.
Yeah, and good timing too. Like I know it's too late for Fazools, but I think he got drafted pretty early, like seventh round, because they were expecting kind of this earlier. They thought they would be going back and forth
Hmm.
earlier, and now he was hurt too. You know what I mean? To be fair,
And I do have him in Dynasty, so I'm excited to see can he,
hmm. Well, for
I mean, even
you,
if he just does this, I'm happy. I'm happy
right?
with
That right. I was gonna say for
double
you,
digits.
pretty usable
Yeah.
in the playoffs if you need to. You know,
Right, right.
so
Yeah, I would feel good about I could flex for Warren maybe,
absolutely.
right? For other
Yeah,
teams if you
I
had him.
think I think he's at I think he's at a spot where you can flex him, so that it's coming at a good time.
And okay, are we chalking up Debo's bad game to just QB play,
I
or
think
is this a
well,
pattern now?
so a little bit of
Last
both.
three games.
I
Last three
know
games.
exactly.
9.5, 4, now 2.5.
Yeah, I do think it's a little bit of both. I think it was QB play, but it's like more team play. Where I think he's still a little bit sick and hurt a little bit, right? And then it's just like
He's still trying to choke people.
we're still trying to choke people,
You
and
know,
this how the team is playing. It's like it's almost like they feel like they can't use him or something, which is it's
okay.
crazy to me. It's still Debo Samuel, but it's like the touches. He's not getting the same amount of touches as he was last year, even. So it's like I'm worried. Like where I'm not dropping him, but like not playing him. I'm trying to find a better flex. Honestly, if
It's
I have
crazy.
Debo Samuel, I'm trying to pick
What a
some.
crazy situation to be in, where you would have Debo Samuel and not play him.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's not. Yeah, he's the flex for Fazul. So,
oh,
and so he's not even like considering that. So like, I
I hear you.
hesitated on flexing him at this point.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's weird.
Uh, let's go and look at Noel's team. Hey, Patrick Mahomes.
There we
It
go.
seems like Noel is just now plugging and playing the right QB each week.
It's working. He has
He's
Goff on
saying
the
Goff
bench,
and Mahomes.
which is bold because Detroit was playing Indiana, so it's like that's a good matchup.
Yeah,
Obviously, Mahomes against Carolina is a very good matchup too. You know what I mean? And I talked about it last week with and maybe one of my lives where I was saying I think Kansas City wanted to come make a statement, and they only won by 3. But I'm saying as far as performance wise for the players,
Yeah, they only won by 3. They almost lost that game,
no, no, absolutely. But Mahomes with 3 touchdowns. I think that's the first time he's done that this year.
which is probably the story of the Chiefs season right now, right? We almost lost that game.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. That's so crazy. I mean, it's just like last year. Remember, if you were
Yeah.
doing playoff pools and stuff, they had the Chiefs like losing the first round possibly, and they're
Oh
just like,
man.
nah. So it's like, is it going to be the same fucking thing where it's like they're
Hmm.
good, but it's like, but not really, but good enough, and then playoff time comes and like, oh, by the way, we're not going to lose anymore. It's like it's just like written in the stars. It's just how
Yep.
they play.
Yep. But I mean, that's his career game, yeah, for the season.
Hmm.
34 points.
Hmm.
Chubb showed up with a big game. That's
Well,
that's
a lot. It came from touchdowns, right? He only had 60 yards rushing, but 2
sure.
touchdowns, which is
Hmm.
big. That's
Hmm.
they needed that. So, which I don't
Uh,
think that's going to happen again. They were playing the Steelers, and then that division when they play each other, it's always a fucking toss up, no matter what team it is. Even a team as shitty as the Browns, they always play the Bengals and Steelers well. So you expect kind of games from them.
all right. So I mean, no, he's 6-6. He does have Garrett Wilson on the bench.
Hmm. Who's on a
Going
bye?
forward, I mean, I don't know how much I can trust this team right now.
Well, here's the thing. You have Mahomes. Who knows he's going to do this 34 again. You have Chubb. I don't think he's doing that again. Montgomery is hurt. You have Jennings and Garrett Wilson, which is nice, but he's all he's counting on Kyron Williams, who's just been okay and not great. So if even if he makes it at 6-6, he's on the outside, kind of like me. It's going to be, I think, still tough for him though in the playoffs.
All right.
Like 117 is a nice score, but
Let's go to Effortless and You Below Me. We both said Effortless. Effortless did win 94.5 to 73. Effortless goes to 8-4. You Below Me goes to 10-2.
okay. So let me ask you about this. You below me, 10-2. Could give a shit less if he won or not. Right? He won that division essentially.
Yeah. Right.
Um, okay, decided Brooks and decided no tight ends. Right? And our rule is if we say we're gonna do it, we can do it because it just we just need to prove we're not ignoring our team.
Right. He so for those that don't know, so he started someone on a bye on purpose.
Right?
That used to be a penalty, and then we had changed that years ago to say if you notify commissioner ahead of time that hey, I'm choosing to do this, I don't want to drop
Yeah.
anybody,
I'm not just
then it's cool.
I'm not
And
disregarding my
that's
team.
what he did, and that's what he did.
And he did, and he did.
Yeah.
So, but here's okay. So now here's the question because um, Josh said something like, "Hey, we need to put our best teams together. It's coming to the playoffs, and your decision doesn't just affect your win or loss. Like like maybe Josh, and he wouldn't have won, but maybe Josh, if you below me made a better decision, would have lost, and he would have been 7-5, which means someone coming from up has a better chance. So,
Yeah. Sure.
and I don't know if that would have specifically happened this week if he tried to get somebody in, but the thing is, he didn't want to drop anybody and so he decided to play no tight end. But the thing is, he has 2 kickers on his team. Like he couldn't have dropped a kicker and picked up a tight end. He even dropped the kicker he had and replaced him with another one, but kept Richard, who was on IR, and that would have opened up a spot for a tight end. So it's like I'm torn in the sense that yes, he chose to, and that is our rule. But it's like, but those decisions affect. Like if you somehow would have beat Josh, and you're affecting the person below Josh now because you didn't want to drop a kicker. So it's his team. I get it, but it's just something I was thinking about. Like how far do we go with you know these
And all
moves?
these actions, they have their consequences. And I understand, hey,
Mhm.
the coach's choice, blah, blah, blah. But I'm with you. And I actually would be all in favor
Mhm.
of saying you got to make a full roster, for your lineup every week.
Yeah, like if you're like playing
Yeah.
ESPN or something, and you don't have one, then you'll just have straight zeros. Like the app automatically does that for you because you need
Right.
to fill out a team. And
Yeah.
I get these situations where he has a good bench and he didn't want to drop anybody, but you have two kickers, you have Mason, right? Which you can argue you don't want to drop, but you could. And I get Brees Hall, Jamar Chase, Kyle Pitts, Kamara. We're all on a
Sure.
bye. You're not dropping those guys, but you have Jacoby Myers. You have a second kicker. You have Jordan Mason. And so I know these weeks come up. I know they do, but I would maybe want to look at you just got to straight complete a roster like you have to
Are a lot of leagues like that
that you have to
where
complete a
where
roster.
you have to
Yeah. Oh, for
start
sure.
a complete roster? Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
I I mean, me personally, if I were if I was in charge of the league, if I was commissioner for it, I would say you have to. I don't, no exceptions, just do it. It
Yeah.
sucks. I get it. Just do it.
Yeah, I'm kind of
Everyone else
with
has to
you.
do it too. Don't
Yeah,
worry about it.
everyone has to do it, and I'm kind of
Yeah.
with you. Again, you come into weeks like this where he has four great people on a bye that you are
Oh yeah,
certainly
no.
not
Yeah.
dropping, and
No.
it's how you build your team, right? He chose to get Mason, he chose to get Myers. Like I
Yep.
know Jacoby Myers scored 17, but like fucking drop Jacoby Myers, dude. Like you have McLaurin, you
How
have
often is that going to happen?
right. So like
Right, with
so
Myers.
that's
Yeah.
it's just something to think about. Something to think about.
No, I'm sure. I'm happy to bring that up at the end of the
Mhm.
year. I don't
Mhm.
think it'll pass. I think people like it the way that it is,
Uh,
and
and
that's
that's
fine.
fine.
But
And
my
he did.
preference would be to always have a starting lineup because I think you're right. It does affect the other teams,
Right.
and I think this game had consequences to maybe take two teams out of it now.
And that's what I mean. Like
Yeah.
I understand and I'm all for managing your team the way you want to manage it. And that's fine. But there's a fine line between managing your team the way you want to manage it and a fair level of play for everyone that's in this that is
Right.
expected. And because if I am the person under effortless, right? If uh
Well, that's
it,
me. I have no chance.
well, okay, you're 8-4, but
But like Jazzy,
yes,
I think it had consequences for Jazzy.
he goes to 7-5, and there's people that are 6-6. You're
Yep.
like, I'm one game out now of possibly making the wild card spot, but because you below me
Or five
decided
and seven, even you can still then
possibly,
tie at 7-7.
possibly,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But it affected, it possibly affects.
Yeah, of course.
So
No, I'm with you. On that though, McLaurin, Nakua, good games all around. I got really nothing much to add for you below
no,
me.
no. I
For any of the
mean,
players you saw there.
no, it's just yeah, yeah. He played who he could play, and
Okay,
that's the best you
got
could have
it.
got out of him for sure.
With effortless, he also has this three QB thing, and he went
Mhm.
with Mayfield, and I get it. I would have done too. I
Yeah,
would have thought about Bo Nix.
I would have thought about Bo
I
Nix.
think Nix and Mayfield is a hard choice. Richardson, I'm not playing.
I'm not playing Richardson. I
Which
would
is
have,
so weird because beginning of the year, man, that's like a weird thing to say.
and oh yeah, he was a lot of leagues had him like the fifth or sixth quarterback drafted,
Yeah, so crazy.
but I would have probably ended up on Mayfield because he's playing the Giants anyway, and like I probably would have ended up on him, even though
So
Bo,
still 17 points without throwing a touchdown.
yeah,
I mean,
absolutely,
that's
yeah,
that's
almost
still
300 yards, almost 30 yards rushing. That's yeah,
yeah.
absolutely. He ran one in though. He ran one in.
Right, right. And take away the fumble, and
Mhm.
we're at what 19. So,
Yeah,
um, but yeah, AJ Brown having a solid game. That's great. Robinson Jr. got hurt.
yeah, he's hurt.
How bad is he hurt?
I don't want to say. Did you already because of waiver wires?
Oh,
The
wait, well, no
I,
one's smart leagues watching.
no, they're saying
You're
that
trying to get McNichols.
him and Eckler are out.
Yeah, Eckler, I have him in Dynasty, and I know that concussion. So
Yeah,
I got him for Dynasty. Wait, how much did you put on him? Hold on, I should change that.
it's too late now. It's past 11.
Oh no! Did I get
Well,
him?
well, the thing is, we'll talk about it in a minute, but it's about McNichols and Gus Edwards this week because
Oh yeah.
J.K.
Hmm.
So hey, this is my shot right here. This is my shot.
There you
So
go. Jaden Reed though, only 3.5. It's just
same thing that we talked about all year
uh
with him, right? Where it's like,
yeah.
man, when he's good, but how many times is that going to happen? He obviously has the skill for it, but you get this a lot.
And then my question to you is, how much faith do you have in Tyrone Tracy?
I have faith in him. I know he only scored 6.5, but I like him. I think he's good. I think if he wasn't drafted, so he's harder to keep in our league as a keeper because you only get the ADP. But I think next year he's a like fifth rounder.
All
And
right.
I believe in his skill. I think the game script just didn't head up for him, but I like Tyrone Tracy a lot.
All right. Let's go to my game because there's nothing fun to talk about with my game. So we both
God damn
said
it!
we'll get there. Wait, just wait.
Are
Just wait.
you
Just wait.
people are
Just wait.
people are
Just
fucking
wait.
stupid.
Just wait.
People are fucking.
Vandalizers 135, underdogs 101. We both said vandalizers. Oh wait, no, we both said me. We both said I was gonna win this game.
Yeah, buddy.
Damn it, and I lost. So underdogs goes to 4-8. I'm officially out of playoffs. Vandalizers 9-3. Let's go to my team. And what
Why did we say
is
you?
what?
Why did we say you?
Um, well, because I think it made sense. He had Sam Darnold. I had CJ Stroud. We
Yeah, and
thought
Sam
Stroud would do
Darnold
better
scored
than Darnold.
25. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
Sutton, Hubbard, and Texans D. That's good enough. Jeez Louise.
So look, McCaffrey only got me 5.5.
Mm-hmm. He's on a
Right. So
certain
we can
list. He's on
expect
a
that.
certain list tonight.
Okay, well we'll hear about it. But I mean, it just was like my kicker almost got the most points. He had 16
Well,
points.
yeah, that's the thing. It's like Disley was 6. You're expecting more from him. Caffrey, you don't expect 30
Right.
anymore because he's still getting his feet, but you expect more than 5.5. Nico showed up. Aaron Jones showed up, which is awesome. But like, you can't really do much when Pickens is getting 6 and he's been good, but it's just and you still got over 100, but it's just not good.
Barely. I could have got more if I played Waddle, but I'm not playing Waddle. This was
I know, and you're not expecting 24 out of him either. Like it just it.
that's a season high right there.
Yeah, I'm not doing that either. I'm not. I don't think it's a bad choice. I'm not doing that either.
His
So
previous high, Jalen Waddle's previous high was 12.5 week 1.
doubled it, right? About.
And then he's never done double digits since.
Yeah, I'm not like.
Week 1 and week 12, that's it. Double
Yeah,
digits.
yeah. I'm
Jalen
not playing.
Waddle.
I'm not playing him either. He's on the Thanksgiving game too. So it's like. So I don't. I'm with you. I don't think there's much
So
else you could have done.
I don't know. It just sucks because it's like, all right, well, that's the end of that season for me. Now I'm just a spoiler.
Yeah, just trying to
Uh,
play out some wins.
I hate it. Vandy's though, Sam Darnold 25. We got Cortland Sutton 25 points.
He's on a
I
roll,
mean
man.
Sutton, yeah, he is just been on fire.
Bo Nix really likes him.
I mean, I said this last week, but I'm gonna say it again. Targets, ready? Week 8 on to now. 11, 10, 9, 8, 10. I mean,
Yeah, that's
you
all. That's
don't
all.
get better than that.
And that's all you can ask for, man. Opportunity.
And I know earlier in the year, taking us back to school, they put $100 on Sutton, which was we made fun of him for it. I mean, he dropped them, so I mean, you know, whatever. Spend $100, drop him. But at the time, he saw all the targets, and they weren't even that exciting yet. He had an 11 and a 9 and a
And Bo Nix
5, and
wasn't
then
even
he.
good yet.
Now, if only he kept him,
That's a different story, yeah.
because now Vandy's has a receiver that he did not draft.
Right.
That is a starting receiver.
And I would start the rest of the year,
With confidence.
I'm not worried
Yeah.
anymore. I was definitely on the camp of I don't believe in him, but I'm like, oh
Yeah.
shit, it seems very real.
Cortland Sutton, we're believers.
I'm a believer for sure.
Yep. Other than that, Chuba's still delivering.
Yeah, man. Even with only 60 yards, he's got his touchdown. And 13 and a half with only 60 yards. I'm fucking happy with Chuba Hubbard, dude. Like I'm ecstatic if I drafted Chuba Hubbard this year. You get him
Are
for
we seeing a rebound? Oh, of course you are. Of course you are. It's I mean, like that's one of those biggest surprises this
yeah,
year.
you get him for nothing.
Ah, it's great.
You know,
Are we? Is this a good sign for Tony Pollard? He got 19 and a half. He had two
sure.
bad weeks. Are
Yeah,
we?
maybe Tajay Spears was hurt, so maybe it's a good sign for him. I'm feeling better about it because he 120 yards rushing. Against
If
Houston.
I'm Vandy's, am I considering flexing Pollard? Maybe not playing Najee Harris.
I may be at a point where I'm playing Pollard over Harris. Yeah, yeah. I think I might be there.
Okay.
It's close, but it's
Yeah.
before like asked me 3 4 weeks ago. I'm not touching Tony Pollard.
Right. But
But
I feel with Warren doing better, I think Najee's
mhm.
eh, can't do as well as he
Yeah,
once was.
I'm with you. Yeah,
Uh,
I'm with you. I'm definitely over Harris. I think I'm starting Tony Pollard. Yeah, because
okay.
Titans have been playing better, and Will Levis has been playing better. So that's a good sign for Tony Pollard because with Calvin Ridley better, Will Levis better, it frees up some room for Tony Pollard, I think. And I think,
And he doesn't even really need to because he could just start Kenneth Walker and Chuba and then flex T Higgins or something.
oh, absolutely, absolutely,
So
yeah. He has Kittle on the bench too, and McConkey. You know,
yeah, no, he's Vandy's is looking
hmm?
pretty solid right now,
Oh, absolutely,
and
yeah,
not that he needed the win because I think he was already kind of guaranteed a spot
yeah.
in the
Nine and
playoffs.
three, yeah, 9 and 3,
But to pull this off without Josh Allen too, good for him. Good for him.
yeah.
And then the last game we're gonna go to Jazzy Jeffs and Prestige Worldwide because this was a fun one, and we both said Prestige Worldwide was gonna win. We were
I
both
needed
wrong.
it. There's two things. I'm happy I even had a chance going into the Monday night game. And if I had any different quarterback other than Lamar Jackson, I thought it would have been over. But I was like, I don't know. All I need is 28. I mean, Lamar can get that.
Yeah,
That's
he got
certainly
26. He got you close.
yeah, that's certainly doable. So I would,
96-94. Jazzy beats Prestige.
yeah,
Jazzy goes to 5-7. You go to 6-6. And yeah, you were saying about the QBs. Had you started Jaden Daniels, 34 points.
or Tua.
Had you started Tua, 36 points. But you went with Lamar Jackson.
I
Why would
know,
you do
what a
that?
loser. It's so funny because the only reason I picked up Tua is because I was just anticipating for week 14 and I thought if I waited too long I wouldn't get him. So
Tua
I
long.
just yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah. I just so I decided just to get him for $1 before
Which is crazy. You're going for $1.
yeah, so yeah, that's the only reason I got him. But yeah,
That's crazy.
I have three quarterbacks on my team and if I started two of the three I would have won.
Tua.
Um
Yeah.
yeah,
This is
yeah,
the pun episode. I think this
I
is going to be
love it.
called the fun episode.
I love it.
Uh,
I can't do much with Amon Ra scoring me 9 and Justin Jefferson scoring me 3. I expect Estime and Connor. Well, I expected like actually double digits from Connor, but Estime I expected it, but 9 and 3 from Jefferson. That's not normal. If Jefferson scored me just 6, I would have won. You know, um, so it's frustrating, especially I was at a point where I really needed this win. It brings me to 6-6 instead of 7-5, and I would have been 2 games ahead of Butterfingers playing Wadsville in a really good position to win that division.
yeah, I mean, look, 12 points total from Jefferson and Amon Ra. That is insane.
Mhm. Yeah, and last week they
That's
did
not
the
going to
opposite.
happen.
Yeah, last
Yeah,
week they did the opposite, and I've been counting on them all year. And this man, it was just the wrong timing. Like it was almost, it would have almost guaranteed me winning that division because I'm playing Wadsville next week.
yeah,
So we said a little earlier. So even if I lose to Butterfingers the last game of the season, I'm still a game up on them.
for sure.
So it was really frustrating. It's really frustrating. So I need Jazzy to come through next week for me.
No, it's a heartbreaker for loss, and you really do need a running back. This game illustrates that.
Hmm.
But let's go to Jazzy Jeffs, and he didn't really have anyone else to play,
Right.
so he played everyone that he could.
And we said it last week is like I'm playing Jazzy the perfect week. Like it should have
Yeah.
been. It should have been a win, right? With
Oh,
as
for
many people that we
sure.
had on buys, Bijan, Burrow, Drake London. I played him the right
Yep.
week. It was all
Yep.
it all fell in line for me to win this and then win the division. And it's just that's this year for me.
It's so funny that because that's what they say about real sports, right? If you sleep on the underdog or whatever, like they can come back and bite you. In fantasy, that doesn't seem to be the case as much, and yet you lost to Jasmine and all these buys.
Mhm,
Wadsville, who only won 2 games, one of them was against me when I thought
mhm.
I was gonna. I mean, like you can't sleep. Anything can happen.
Well,
Uh,
and hence
any given Thursday, Sunday, Monday, sometimes Saturday, maybe some
and
Friday
and,
coming up.
and Friday coming up. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to say, but it goes to a conversation about playing your team, right? Because
Yeah.
any given week it's important, not just for you, but like you're kind of playing for the league too, and it's not your responsibility to care about the other teams, but we do need it. We want to make it as even playing field as possible, and we kind of have an unwritten rule that it's on us to do that, because any game it matters, right? Like for instance, like if Jazzy shut it down, right, and played a zero because he didn't want to drop or whatever, and I won. If I'm Butterfingers, I'm pissed because that just cemented the division for me because of someone else's decision. So
Yeah.
it's a
For
fine
sure.
line.
So
Like I said, we shouldn't be responsible for other teams, but we do got to play our best teams.
I am 100% in that camp.
Yeah,
But I'll go with what makes people happy. So
I'm with you. So real quick, the last thing is like I told you a little before this. With this game, I went through a bunch of emotions. Like, oh, I have a chance to win this with Lamar, and then he got there. He's getting there. He's getting there. I was like, oh my god, 2 points. But then he handed off to Justice Hill and ran that 40-yard, which meant when Baltimore got it back, they're going to be playing the clock and just handing off. So I knew right there, like that Lamar's not going to get that chance because they're not going to throw it. So I was like, fuck. So I got real pissed. It's going to happen to me again, and I'm going to lose this division. So I was really pissed about it. Like I lost by 2, and fucking Justin Jefferson got me 3. But then I've come back to reality at this point and concluded in my head I'm a very middle of the road team this year. I'm not bad. I'm not good. So it's like I don't really deserve to win a division and make the playoffs anyway.
except
Um,
you are in the right division. You are exactly
absolutely,
where you need to be,
absolutely.
and so you're still right in there.
Yeah, I like having a chance, and I still have a great chance. But
You do.
I'm like Chris. It's not like there was a year where I didn't make the playoffs, and I had the most points in the league,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, this is bullshit. Like I'm better than everybody, and this is not the case this year. I'm a very middle of the road team, so I get my position.
You are one stud running back away from being a really good team.
Absolutely, and my record honestly with one running back is like 9-3.
Yep.
Like it's like a 9-3
Oh,
record.
yeah, no, for sure, for
You
sure.
know,
Because you have two of the best receivers.
yeah. Plus
I
Cup,
mean,
plus Lamar
yeah,
Jackson.
I know. Right. Right. And that, so, but for Jazzy, hey, give it up. Will Lutz, his kicker, 22 and a half, most
That's
points
that
on his
killed me
team.
too. That killed me too. Like
You lost
really,
to a kicker, Chris.
if honestly, there's so many things that happened in this game where I should have won by like 12, and I'm like, oh, the kicker scored 20 fucking two.
But what a great play. I don't know if he already had Abdullah or if he picked him up,
I don't remember
but
when he got him. Yeah, I don't remember when he got him.
that's what a like smart play.
It,
If
dude.
he had to pick him up, that's great. I mean,
Yeah,
what a way that worked out. That's fantastic. So, and then playing Geno Smith 14. So Jazzy keeps his playoff hopes alive, however small
they're
they may be,
they're
but he
small,
keeps them
but yeah,
alive
they're small, but yeah.
for sure. For sure, it's
Because if
still
he,
there.
because he's gonna if he beats Butterfingers next week, he has Wadsville the last game of the season. That's 2 wins. He can end at 7-7. Um,
Which could
in
be enough.
our division could do it. So
It
but there might be a couple
could
people
be
end at
enough.
7-7. The only thing that's going to get him is Butterfingers is way ahead on points with us.
Well, if we
So
go to the head to
and-
head matchup.
yeah, and I think head to head, so he would he'd have to beat Butterfingers next week, and then kind of
Yep.
go from there. So
All right, we're gonna go. You talk really quick because I'm gonna go outside again really quick, go pee.
okay,
But we'll move to the waiver wire.
waiver wire. Okay, I'll pull waiver wire up.
All right.
And I made a mistake in the waiver wire, big mistake, and it shows how much I don't know this team. So we'll go over it again when Matt gets back here. But the first thing is I paid $75 for Gus Edwards. Paid $75 for Gus Edwards, and Effortless had a dollar bid, and that kills me because I could have spent a lot less for Gus Edwards. I thought for sure people would be vying for him, and I don't know this league, and that's what this tells me. Every time I decide to bid high, I didn't need to, and every time I decide to bid low, I'm outbid by a lot. So I don't know this league. So I'm talking waiver wire.
Okay.
Only went through one. The first one up there is I got Gus Edwards for $75,
All right. So Gus Edwards, huh? And a dollar bid by
and
Effortless.
this is what I was saying. Is I was for sure between Nichols, who Effortless bid on as well. Between Nichols and Edwards, that's important, man. Gus Edwards can win me this league because he is a running back that can give me 8, and and that's kind of what I need.
Is Dobbins out for sure?
Mm-hmm.
For
Yeah.
how long?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure for how long. I'm not sure for how long. So, but what I was saying is, this happens to me every time I try to make a big bid. I was for sure he was going to be maybe not $75, but that's why I bid $70. I thought 50. You know, but this fucking happens every time where I bid like 8, and then there's a bid of like 47 on a person. I'm like, oh, really, for
It makes
47?
no sense that there was no other like real bids on this.
Yeah, and then this happens. I'm like, well, 75 because people are gonna. This is a huge starting running back.
No,
So
for sure, for
I
sure.
thought I needed 75, but I was like one fucking dollar. I could have bid $5 on
Is
Gus
Vidal
Edwards.
still available too?
Eh, Who?
Is it Vidal? Vidal?
Oh, Vidal. Yeah, he's still available, but he's not gonna get run. It's gonna be Gus. But
Yeah.
um,
I mean that's just a speculation on that.
I
But
I don't know. I don't know this league. I try every time to guess.
well,
I
it's
thought,
just weird because I would think anyone that like I'm not gonna bid on him because like there's no point for
yeah,
me.
yeah.
But I don't. That's weird. Yeah, that's really weird.
He has a possibility to get you like 15 next week.
Sure. Yeah.
You know, and I know not everyone's in the same position as me where they're like that desperate for a running back, and maybe that's what I should have looked at. Is other people are pretty happy with who they have, so maybe I could have looked at that. But I was like, I thought for sure I needed at least like $50. But I spent 75 when I didn't fucking need to. I didn't fucking need to. It makes me mad, but whatever.
Cowboys defense, $38.
Yeah, man,
Right, the shit. And
that's.
there were a $25 bid, an $8 bid, and a dollar bid. So there was some bidding for this defense.
But do you see what I'm saying? Fucking Gus Edwards. Gus Edwards got a dollar bid, and we're paying
I
38
got you.
we're paying 38 for a defense. And I get they're playing the Giants. I understand that, but
I get you.
I have no clue. They say, "Hey man, know your league, and that's how you should bid. Don't just go off of what." I don't fucking know this league and how they bid. Sometimes I'm lost. So
It's funny because I heard from Fazul saying he knows how Ubalomi is going to bid.
oh really?
Maybe not for this league, but in another league because they're in a couple leagues together. So
Oh,
it's like,
interesting.
oh,
Interesting.
I know what his bid's going to be,
So the
and
same
I
people that
can.
made the trade together for he knows them well, so they're good friends. They're good friends.
You said not me. Keenan Allen picked up for $22 by Knoll. Effortless put in a $12 bid.
I mean, sure.
I like that. Young Hoo Koo, $11 by Vandalizers.
I
No other
mean,
bids.
yeah.
So then Jeremy McNichols, $7 by Effortless, no other bids. You did have that 70, but you lost it because you got
Well,
Gus
yeah,
Edwards.
I was like, those are the two guys because for sure the Washington running backs are out. So I was like, okay, so I got to get. I will have a starting running back that can possibly give me double digits next week, no matter what. But again, no other bids. So
Yeah, it's weird.
I
I would have,
underestimated the league's need for a running back, I guess.
if I was still in it,
Mhm.
I promise you, you would not have gotten those so easily.
Yeah, I would hope. I would
I don't
hope.
know if I would have spent that much because I didn't have a lot, but I definitely would have got one of those guys probably then.
Yeah, because you'd bid more than 1 or 7.
Yeah, and I would have gambled for both of those
Hmm.
people there. So,
Which I did.
Devon Vale. I don't know who
Vele.
that even is.
He's the second wide receiver for Denver.
Okay.
He's behind Cortland Sutton.
All right. So picked for 5 by Effortless.
Effortless making some
John
moves.
Parker Romo. Are we just making up names here? What is
Yeah,
this?
that's not a real player. That's not a real player.
John Parker Romo. Is he running for president? What is he?
No,
He's either running for president or he's going to kill someone because they
he's the
listed 3
senator for
names.
Wisconsin.
And the senator in Wisconsin, John Parker Romo, picked up by $1 by Butterfield. What? Who is that? Is that a kicker that like was picked up
I think it's a kicker.
from
I
like the
think
stands one week?
I think
Hey,
it's
you!
I think it's a
We need a
kicker.
kicker. You look pretty good.
I think it's the kicker.
That's crazy.
I'm like,
John Parker Romo.
I want to make
And
T-shirts with John Parker Romo on.
John Parker
Yeah.
Romo is my friend. And the Chargers defense picked up for $1 by Effortless. So and that's what we got there. Chris, I want to know. I don't know what we should do here. I think you know what? Do we want to do your thing or my thing? What should we do?
Up to you. Up to you. We should end it with the thank yous, maybe.
And end with some thank yous.
I think
Okay.
maybe. I think
All
maybe.
right. So Chris, was there any players that got maybe stuck in your craw this week and you had to regurgitate it out?
Yeah. I had a lot of cross sticks this
Yeah.
this week. Okay. Some players, and this was by accident. And usually I don't do my specific players. I have 2 this week. I have 2 people that were actually
Of your players.
on my
Well, you
team.
were mad. You're mad at your team. I get it.
I guess it was subconscious. First one. Listen to me.
Sure it is.
Tony. I was gonna say Tony Romo because now I got John Parker Romo in my head. No, listen, James Conner. I needed more than 2.5 points from you. I needed. No, let me rephrase that. James Conner. I needed 2.5 more points from you. You got me 6. You couldn't give me 8.5 points to win me my week. You went ahead and got 7 carries for 8 yards. Listen, I didn't play Sunday. I only had 8 less rushing yards than you. Okay, James Conner, more like James Goner. You're gone off my team. I'm dropping you tomorrow.
All right.
I hope
I was gonna go with James Conner. We only had what 7 yards rushing, 8 yards rushing.
This is 8 yards rushing.
You're playing like not as good as Roseanne. Right?
I was looking for
you're the reboot the Connors. No one's watching.
I was looking for a Connors pun. I was thinking about a Connors pun. I was thinking about
you're gonna be canceled because it's not as good.
Yeah, Dan Connor played football and he's better than you.
I do love John Goodman, so that's
Justin Jefferson. Listen, many fantasy managers count on you week to week, man. You got us 3 points. You got us 3 points, and you're Justin Jefferson. 2 catches for 27 yards. Listen, I'm not saying you're not good at football, but you sure weren't this week. Justin Jefferson. More like Justin, your skills left you, son.
All right.
Or Justin Jefferson, more like Dusty Jefferson. You're a dusty football player.
Dusty?
Dusty, you're old. You're dusty.
Okay, I was gonna go with Justin Jefferson. We expect more from you. That you're gonna be like, what are you moving on up to the doghouse in the sky?
All right, not bad. you know, like Justin, your skills left you, son.
No, all right.
I don't like it. Look, hey, listen. Okay,
I
okay.
don't think Justin Jefferson would like it either, but
He probably not. Probably not. Don't show this to him. Okay,
but show it to him.
Christian McCaffrey. Christian McCaffrey, you're back on the list. 31 yards, no touchdowns. And I get it. I know your whole team is hurt,
Mm.
but what's your excuse? You're not good. I think Matt should drop you. Christian McCaffrey, more like Christian can't be real. That is that performance. Christian McCan't be. Wait, how about this one? The Christian, more like Christian McCan't be real. That performance, 5.5 points. That's Christian Mc underwhelming.
More like, hey, Christian McCaffrey, CMC. Looks like you need to go back to the CMC factory and get fixed.
All right, that's not bad.
Come on.
CMC Football Factory.
The CMC football factory. Go fix yourself before you wreck yourself. You got the power.
All right. Well, those are my roasts. I got 3 players.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing that.
What would you do? Okay, let me ask you this. So, what would you do with Christian McCaffrey, Christian McCampbey?
I don't bother with the puns.
All right.
McCaffrey,
McCampbey.
McCampy.
Mc,
I don't know.
mm,
Turn around and Coffrey. I don't know.
yeah, that's something.
I don't know. I go the gutter. All right, let's go to the week ahead. This is what, week 13, right? Jesus.
13.
Jesus, only 2 weeks left of
2
regular
weeks.
season
2 weeks
for
left.
us. And we're going to start with my Effortless versus Underdogs. And right now, it's a 4-point advantage to Effortless. And I don't even know if I need to list the players, but
Nah, I mean,
he's got Mixon and Tracy. I got Jones and Swift. He's got Mayfield. I got Stroud. AJ Brown, Devontae Adams against Nico Collins, George Pickens. He's got Hawkinson. I will put in is Kincaid back.
Okay. Kincaid is back.
I'll put in Kincaid.
Yeah,
I don't know, man.
For him, there's not really many other players. Right?
Who you like? I'll go first.
What do you have? What do you have your the projected score as?
I got him up by 4, 110 to 106.
Oh, that's okay. This is weird. Mine already has a score. It says 80 to 101.
That doesn't make any sense. Go to scoring preview.
I am. Everyone else has zeros, except for this one. Hey, listen, I'm taking it as a sign. You win 101 to 80.5.
Cool. I picked myself.
Yeah, you win.
I don't know. I think I don't know. If Stroud shows up, I feel like it's a good game.
Your team's together, and I think Pickens will be better. Nico's will be good. So
we got you below me against Vandalizers, and look, this is the thing. It's a 10-point lead to you below me. 10-point lead to you below me. He doesn't need to win it. Both of these teams are going to the playoffs. It matters though, because one of them can be a division winner and have that bye. Because if you below me loses, Vandy's, they're tied.
Okay.
Vandy's is only 1 game back. So this actually is a big game.
Big game.
This is to get that bye in the playoff, pretty much. So if you only can pull this off, he should get that bye. If Vandy's can pull it off, then who knows? So
and they're see why I have scores. This is so weird.
Go to not scoring go to not Fantasy Game Tracker, but scoring preview. I had scores at first at Fantasy Game Tracker, and it was really weird.
Okay.
So go to scoring preview under scores.
And I have scores right now. For you below
scoring
me.
Preview?
Yeah, I'm scoring preview. So I have you below me in Vandalizers. I have it as you below me wins 123 to 113.
Well, they didn't win, but that is what I have. But that's just the projection.
Okay, good.
All right, so that's fine. So we got Jalen Hurts for you below me going against Josh Allen. It's gonna be a good matchup. Kamara, Brees Hall against Kenneth Walker and Chuba Hubbard. We got Puka and McLaurin going against CeeDee Lamb and Cortland Sutton. Taysom Hill going against Kittle. Chase against McConkey. Tucker and Koo. Commanders D going against Texas D. You know what? You're picking first.
Okay.
And I was going one way until I saw one thing and then I changed my mind.
Okay. I'm looking at it here, and I say that man, his Puka Terry and I gotta go you below me.
Yeah, me too. It was the Chase. Before I saw Chase, I was going Vandy's. It was like, oh, Taysom Hill, he's gonna suck this week,
Yeah.
and Kittle's gonna kill him. And then John March. Oh,
Yeah, like Jamar Chase is your flex. Holy shit, dude.
yeah.
Yeah, I
So
got it.
no, I say you below me. I say you below me.
Okay,
All right.
I'm with you.
Next game I have is Fazools and taking US back to school. And it doesn't matter for Fazools, he's out of it. But taking US back to school still has a fighting chance. But right now it's a 3-point lead to Fazools.
Yeah, I see
So
that.
let's see if that's going to hold up. Kyler Murray going against Jordan Love, Jalen Warren, Jerome Ford going against Rico Dowdle and J.K. Dobbins on the bench. He has James Cook on the bench.
And JK has a 0 there, right?
Right, so he'll put James Cook in there.
And he's projected for 11. Okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
DJ Moore, Hopkins going against Marvin Harrison, Quentin Johnston, if you believe in Quentin Johnston. Juco against Freiermuth, Debo against Mike Evans, Chiefs D going against the Bears D against Detroit.
And
Bears
taking
play Detroit.
I know. Taking your ass back to school also has Chase Brown on the bench.
Okay.
So he can play Chase Brown and James Cook.
Okay. But then that means he's gonna. Yeah, I would sit Rico.
For sure.
Okay.
So Chase Brown.
I want to see maybe Otten instead of Freiermuth, but
I think so too. Yeah.
I don't know though. Against Cincy, Pittsburgh that could be a good matchup.
Sure.
But Carolina, I'm going first. I'm gonna go taking us back to school.
I am too.
All right. Butterfingers going against Jazzy. And we have Butterfingers with a 13-point lead.
Yeah. Don't like that.
But Jazzy will put in Joe Burrow and Bijan Robinson and Drake London. So we need to change this whole thing. So
that's big. Yeah, that's big.
He gets an extra 10 points right there from just Burrow from Smith.
10 from Burrow. You're 10 from Amir Abdullah.
Bijan, he gets another 10.
Another 10.
Yeah.
And then Drake, maybe even at the flex.
Right.
So you're looking at a good 20 to almost 25 extra points. And I think Butterfingers has who he would have in.
Okay. So who's picking first on this one?
You are.
Okay.
No.
I'm gonna go.
I am. I'm doing Jazzy.
Fuck you. That's what I was gonna do too. In my heart, I believe it's gonna be Jazzy.
I mean, with Burrow and Bijan and Drake in there, man, that's a good team.
All right, just so I can catch up on points, I'm gonna pick Butterfingers then. But I do believe Jazzy's gonna win.
Well, I will say you're probably right. The way it's going for me this year, it's Butterfingers is gonna win, and I won't be able to stay ahead of him.
Noel going against DeShit, and this is close. It's a 3-point game to Noel. And we got Mahomes against Russell Wilson. Montgomery and Chubb going against Gibbs and Henry.
That's nice.
Jennings and Garrett Wilson going against Jackson Smith and Calvin Ridley. Tucker Kraft against Mark Andrews. Kyron Williams against Bucky Irving. And then Boswell against Fairbairn. Broncos D against Cowboys D.
Yeah.
There's really no one else to put in.
It looks like everyone's playing who they would play.
Yeah. So I'm picking first.
You are picking first this one.
I'm going to shit.
Interesting. Okay, I like that. Well, Gibson, Henry, and Jennings and Garrett Wilson. Yeah, dude. Golly, I almost want to throw you a bone and go no, but I think the shit's gonna win. I wanted to throw you a bone, but I can't.
Yeah. Wadsville against Prestige. This is easy. It's Wadsville.
Well, I'm picking me.
110. This is like not even close. This is like a 30-point lead to you right now.
He still has Allen in there though, so he'll
Well,
switch
that's
out.
why.
He'll
But is
put Brock
Purdy
Purdy.
back?
So add
Okay.
18 or so, 15 to 20 points to him. And he has Brian Thomas Jr. on the bench. Would you start him over Tank or Tyreek?
Maybe over.
Or instead of two tight ends?
Maybe over Tank. No, I'm sticking with the two tight ends.
I mean,
Jonnu Smith has been.
the way they've been playing.
I'm playing Jonnu and Brock Bowers.
The way they've been playing. Yeah, I get it.
This sucks because it's going to be you.
I think it is going to be. Maybe I play Jaden Daniels this week.
Yeah, do it. Please do it. All right, so we only differ on the Jazzy Butterfingers game. So, all right, okay.
That's the one that'll get you. That'll get you. You still got another week.
That's fine.
You almost got to
Chris.
go almost all opposite next week.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna have to.
Yeah.
I have to. All right, Chris. It is. It's Thanksgiving.
Yeah, it is. It is.
And
coming up.
I didn't really have time to finish all my thank you cards.
Oh, okay.
I'm grateful and thankful for this time of year. But would you mind helping me out with some of these? If I do some of these thank you cards right now,
okay? I'll be. Yeah, please finish them up.
Okay. All right. So let me see. Let me see what we got here. There. Here we go. That's good. I think a little music to set the tone.
Oh, please. Yeah. Sounds good.
Thank you, Fazools, for trading away Brees Hall for nearly nothing to the best team in the league, which only makes the richer get even richer. Much like our future tax breaks under Donald Trump.
Yes, it's true. It's true.
Thank you, you below me, for being the most dominant team this year and buying great players for draft picks, much like the Buy Me a World Series now Dodgers.
Hey. Oh. Hold on. Come on. That's too much.
They also just got Blake Snell. They got Blake Snell.
They only were like the fourth highest payroll this year.
Yeah. They got Blake Snell. Fuck you.
5 years. 5 years.
Thank you, Prestige Worldwide,
No.
for having 3 quarterbacks.
Hey.
And for playing the wrong one. Something you said you would never, ever do. Because you'll never know. You're always going to pick the wrong one. Much like a Mormon who forgot which wife had a birthday.
This year's different. It's different this year. Come on.
Thank you, underdogs, for putting up so few points this year.
Underdogs.
That you started Chaperone's new song, her new hit, Cold to Go.
Nice.
Thank you, Effortless, for making it back to fantasy relevance. A case of one of the historically best teams coming back to try to win it all, just like we saw Iron Mike Tyson do.
Yes. I hope it ends the same way.
And last one. I have one more.
Okay.
I want the music to start, though, for it. Here we go. Ready? Thank you, Wadsville winners, for being so bad this year that your winning percentage is lower than the drinking age at a Matt Gaetz party.
Oh, man. Jesus Christ. Nice. I like it.
And Chris, those are my thank you notes.
Well, I'm glad we got to hear you write some of those, as you should. You're a nice person, writing those notes for everybody.
He has a 160 winning percentage.
That's
if
crazy.
You're wondering, so it's still lower than a
just by a hair, but it's
Just a
low.
hair.
It's
Just
low.
a hair. Anyway. All right, well that's what we got this week, guys. Good luck to everyone. And it's coming down the wire, and it's gonna be exciting to see the finishes.
Give him some balloons to
Happy
end it.
Thanksgiving. Oh yeah. That's just gonna be
Oh, confetti!
confetti!
Oh,
Rain down on me. I'll give you a thumbs up for that.
I love it.
And
Yes.
I'll give you a thumb down.
Put the thumb up away. Yeah. You gotta put the other one away. There it is.
How about side? How about side?
No side thumbs.
Pick my nose. Anyway, that's where we're gonna end it. Send this to me. But your face on the Matt Gates party. It was like, oh, we don't know their politics. No, we
He
don't.
deserves
But
it.
it
He
doesn't
deserves
fucking matter. It
it.
doesn't fucking matter.
It does not matter.
I just found out this week, like 2 days ago, that Matt Gates is married.
Yeah.
What?
To an immigrant.
Okay. So she doesn't know better, I guess. No, but I was like, wait, he's married? And he's
Yeah.
been accused of all this shit? Wow.
JD Vance is married to an immigrant. My apologies.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
My apologies.
I know. Yeah. No, but I know, like he spent a lot of money on women.
Yeah.
Anyway,
and it's not a coincidence. He quit the Senate right away, and so you wouldn't have his hearing going, and then he got dropped anyway.
I
Like
know.
fucking if he
So
was our attorney general. Oh God. Anyway,
the one I was gonna do for myself, initially I didn't like it enough, was for scoring so few points, underdogs, that even dead voters outscored you.
yeah, there you go. That's good. That's a good one.
But we went chapel around. Anyway.
All right.
Okay,
I'm gonna say